here. I'm at the airport. A lot of questions here, but I'll try to keep it to a couple here. One, there was no mention in the press release of if Mitchell had apologized to the family or the victim involved in his bullying incident. Has he done so?
Actually, Matt, it was acknowledged in the press release that that Mitchell has apologized to the young man, and he's on record as having done that. So I'll leave that as it is, because I know that he's had contact and apologized to him.
Okay. Do they still have a relationship today?
They have had contact recently, yes.
Okay. The NHL, I mean, I think anybody would say, probably even yourself, that playing in the NHL is a privilege. Why does he deserve that privilege, that chance to play in the NHL?
Well, he has to earn the opportunity to play in the NHL as a player. But I think more importantly, to your point, he has to earn the respect of teammates and really everywhere in society to garner a second chance. And with us doing, a lot of background work over the course of the last 6 months, almost a year now, and spending time in particular recently with Mitchell and his family, and him with every member of our organization that we feel would be weighing in on this decision. His acknowledgement of the mistakes he made when he was in 8th grade and 14 years old. And, it's more about what he's going to do now, not ever losing sight of the disrespect that he showed to the young man. And he has to earn those every day. And we're going to put him in community programs so that he continues to educate himself and others as to, what being disrespectful does for you and how you carry that with you for the rest of your life. So he has to earn the rights moving forward, and he'll do that every day for his teammates, for people that he's going to interact with, and everywhere.
Could you be more specific about the community programs that he's going to be involved in, and the process of whatever teaching has to be done, and earning that respect?
Well, it's a mutual education for Mitchell, continued education for Mitchell and for others. We're going to keep the groups private at this point in time, out of respect for them. But Carrie Collins and our community relations staff has certainly put Mitchell in contact with professionals with these community programs over the course of the last almost 2 weeks now, and he has accepted and welcomed the opportunity, to be honest with you, to be in these groups, to continue to learn, to continue to educate himself, as well as have the opportunity to educate others that he made an egregious mistake when he was younger, and he needs to continue to educate, to evolve, to mature, and share his poor judgment with others and how it can impact your life.
Just two more quick ones here, Don, and thanks for doing this. When did you first have contact with him? When did this process start for the Bruins?
Well, Matt, it dates back obviously to the pre-draft of when he was drafted, and us doing our own background work that he was not on our draft list. We did not have enough information. Our scouts and people evaluated him as a hockey player and knew about the incidents, but just didn't feel comfortable, with the knowledge that we have today, and really where Mitchell has come since those days. So it's been a long process. I think in the past year and a half, when it was first brought to light that he was going to try and advocate and build himself back up to look for an opportunity, we were still not in a position to entertain it. And our response to his representatives were, Mitchell should spend however time it's going to take and initiate his own programs to learn, to educate himself, and to, continue on a path towards understanding what respecting others are. And, a year from that, removed from that, I think he has done a lot of those things. And that's where we started to try to dive in to get to know Mitchell and his family and the situation a little deeper. And then certainly in the last 3 months that we've put a lot of time and effort in with each and every one of members of our organization that we're going to weigh in on this and hopefully set Mitchell up for some success as he moves forward in gaining trust and the respect of others that he needs to show. We just, we have a much better understanding and feel we're in a position that when doors were slamming, that maybe we would allow one to open up, and we felt as an organization we'd be strong enough to do that and hold him to the standard, that we put forth in our release. That each and every one of us as employees and part of Delaware North and the Boston Bruins are going to hold ourselves to that standard, and Mitchell will be held to that.
And lastly, I imagine some of the reaction to this will be people trying to figure out, whether a kid, made a mistake, and whether he deserves a second chance. How did you arrive at that moral, point for yourself?
I'm not going to downplay that this has been a personal struggle as well as a professional struggle. As we go through to try and separate, the hockey player and the person, spending quite a bit of time with Mitchell in particular over the last 10 days, spending time with my own family and talking through some of the details. I came to a position that if the organization was willing to support a person and give an opportunity, recognizing that I come from a lifelong educators, and my father in particular was a vice principal board of education that had suspended kids throughout his professional life, but he always welcomed them back if they were willing to abide by the rules and to continue to move forward in their life, because it was about opportunity and it wasn't about punishment. Mitchell's paid a punishment and he's going to continue to carry that for the rest of his life, and we're going to hold him, as I referenced, we're going to hold him to a standard that he needed to understand that each and every one of us as individuals look in the mirror every day and respect others and have to be, unilaterally inclusive.
Thank you, Don.
Steve Conroy.